I think yesterday you guys got your second part of the linked list assignment. Am I correct? Smita asked.
Yes, Nishant.
Okay. So this week, try to complete the second part of the linked list assignment as well. Cool. And today we are going to start with a non-linear data structure called as tree. So what happens is in the linear data structures, we have talked about array, we have talked about linked list. In both array and linked list, the searching complexity still remains as order of n only. So we didn't see any improvement in searching. Okay, guys, give me a minute. I will do that. Yeah, sorry for that. So I was saying that we have already talked about the linear data structures like array and linked list. In both array and linked list, we have seen the searching complexity of order of n. We didn't see any improvement there. So today we are going to start a discussion over a non-linear data structure called as tree, where we try to improve on the searching complexity. Okay, so tree is a type of a data structure which can be visualized as a parent-child relationship. Okay, you have parents, children, like that of a thing, and that helps you to move across or access the data in a non-linear fashion. Okay, so it doesn't matter that how you have stored the data; it's about how you are accessing it. So if I talk about tree, so tree first of all can be visualized in the manner like this. You have a node and you have the children's. Okay, you can have as many as children's you want. Okay, now what happens is such trees are called as generic tree. Okay, where you don't define that how many children's a parent can have. So you can see that this is a parent and these are the children's. Another thing is parent always try to store the address of the children's. So parents are always aware of, since parents store the address of children's, parents are aware of children's, and children's doesn't know about their parent, that who are their parents are or is. Okay, so that is. So right now we are not going to talk about the generic tree. We are going to start our discussion with the another with a binary tree only. So binary tree restrict the number of the children a parent can have to 0, 1, or 2. So at most you can have the two children in a binary tree. That's why it is called as binary. Okay. So binary tree, a parent can have two children. Okay. So we call them as left child and right child. So these are just the name given by us. You can give anything. You can give foo bar anything. That is completely fine. So this is just the name given by us only. Okay, so if you look the class for a tree node, it looks like something this. So you have a class, you have an int value, and then you have a node left, node right. So you can see that a parent here is responsible or is a decision point to move forward in any of these two directions. Okay, mostly we go in all the directions, but it's like a decision point to help you to go in any of this direction or both the directions. That's why it's a non-linear in nature. Okay, so this parent-child relationships helps in maintaining the non-linearness in this particular data structure. Am I good so far? Anything? Any doubt here? Ashwini, Drupad, Gopal, Sajan. Okay. Now, next thing is let's talk about the terminology in the tree. There are certain terminologies which we use while talking about the tree. So first discuss that. We will then move forward. So the first thing is root. So root is a node who doesn't have any children. For example, like this. Sorry, root is a node who doesn't have any parent. Okay. So if I construct a tree like this is a tree. Okay. So this particular node is the root node. Okay. Next is leaf nodes. So leaf nodes are the nodes who doesn't have any children. Okay. So this node, this node, this node, this nodes are the leaf node. Okay. And the nodes who have children are called as non-leaf nodes. Good. Second is age. Here, age is just a logical term. It's a link which connect two nodes. Okay, that we call as an age. Okay, it's a logical term actually. So it's just a link which connect two nodes are called as an age. Then we have sibling nodes. Sibling nodes are the nodes who have the same parent. For example, these two nodes, this node. Okay. So this node and this node are the sibling to each other. This node and this node are the sibling to each other. Okay. Because they have the same parent. But this node and this node are not siblings. Okay. Because they don't have the same parent. Next is ancestors. One important part is path. What I forget to tell you. Path is the sequence of the ages between any two nodes. Okay. So a path can be like this. Uh, from this node to this node, like this. This is a path. Here between root and this is the path. But okay, this is the path. So path is a sequence of the ages between any two vertices. We have then something called ancestors and descendants. So let's talk about ancestors only. And guys, one thing is, uh, tree is a very important topic. Okay, definitely you can expect at least 2 to 3 problems from the tree section in your interviews. Okay, at least 2 to 3 problems. So it's a very important topic. Uh, Understanding it requires a one-time effort. Once you good in understanding the problem, once you good in visualizing the recursion, then it is very very good. Okay, in that one. So just focus here, and if at any point of time you feel like uncomfortable with any of the statement I made, just let me know. I try my best effort to clear that out for you before moving forward. Ancestors are, so whenever we have a path, okay, whenever we have a path from root to a node, whenever we have a path from root to a node, all the nodes in that path are called as ancestor. So for example, this is uh, let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for 4, ancestors are 1, 2, and 3. So all the nodes in the path in from the root to the particular node are called the ancestors. Then comes the another part, another important terminology which we called as a level of a node or level. Now, here the important thing. Listen to me very carefully. Level is defined in references or any book differently. Okay. So level can be number of nodes or number of edges in the path from root to the node. Some book define as number of nodes, some book define as number of edges. In the interview, you can ask the interviewer for the definition. You can clarify the definition from the interviewer that this is you are thinking of as a this is you are thinking of as a definition for this, and that's it. Okay. So number of nodes. So let's see. So if I here it is, let's say this is 5, this is 6, and this is 7, and this is 8. So if we talk about the level of 4, so what is the path? 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. If I count number of nodes, so the level will be 4. Okay, as per the nodes. But if I count the path, the level is 3. Okay, if we count the path. In all our discussion, we are going, sorry, edges. Okay, in our discussion, we are going to follow the number of edges in the path as the level. So if you look closely here, so if you look closely here, what happens is you will find that the level of this node is 0 because root to root you shouldn't have any edges in the path. The level is 1 because there is one edge. Level is 2. Level is 2. Level is 1 here again. Level is 2. Level is 3. Level is okay. Yes. Now what happens here is you can see the nodes on the same level are 2 and 8. So I can draw a line like this. I can draw a line like this. I can draw a line like this. Okay. One more thing to observe is this is like a vertical distance relative to root node. Vertical distance relative to the root node. Okay. So 2 and 8 is having the level 1. Then from root node only, 5, 3, 6 is having level 2. Then till here, 7 and 4 is having the level 3. Okay, like that. Am I clear so far? What is the level?
Yes, Nishant.
Okay. Now, this is the level. One more controversial term is height. Before going there, the level of tree I want to talk about. So level of tree is nothing but the level of the deepest node. Okay, there can be multiple nodes at which you can say as deepest, but the level of the deepest node is the level of the tree. Okay. Here the deepest node are 7 and 4. So level of 7 or 4, both are same only. So you can say that the level of 7 or 4 could be the level of the tree. If there is any more node in the deep, then the level of that node becomes the level of the tree. Okay, clear? And guys, one more thing is, just turn it up. And guys, one more thing is, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Raj? So level and depth are the same thing. Level and depth are the same thing. It just sometimes level is used, sometimes depth is used. 80% of the time, you will see the level word only, not the depth. Another controversial statement is, terminology is height. Try to understand the height. Okay. So suppose we have a tree. Okay, like this. Now, what happens is height is relative to the deepest node. Level is relative to the root node. Similarly, height is relative to the deepest node. So suppose this is the deepest node. So the height of this deepest node is 0. And also height is also considered particular root. Okay. So I'm talking about the height by considering this as a root. Okay. I will tell you why I am saying like that. Okay, just wait for a minute. Now, if I have to tell you, if I ask the height of this node particular, that is comes as 2. Okay, this is the relatively distance from the deepest node. Similarly, height of these nodes are equals to the 1. To calculate the height, I will tell you how we do it later. Simple definition is height is equals to the level of deepest node minus level of a node. Height of a node is equals to the difference in level of difference in level of deepest node and level of node. Okay. Now, if you apply the same thing here, the level of this node is 3. Okay. The level of this node is 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. That's why you get a height of 2. Okay. But when we do programmatically going to calculate, we will see how we can do it efficiently. But for now, this is fine. Another important thing is, as I told you, that height is always relative to the root. So if what happens in the tree is every node is in a root itself. Okay, every node is in a root itself. So if hypothetically saying if this is my root, then height will be considered based on this. If this is my root, then height will be considered again based on this, but like that only. Okay. So it is relative to the root, the height of a node. It is very important because while solving the problem, it makes a lot of difference. Okay. So it's like it's bit tricky to understand height, but we will be more clear when we solve the problems around it. Okay. So this is about the height, and again the height of the tree is the height of the root. Height of tree is height of root. So you can apply the same formula here. Okay. So it is at any see the height of a tree and level of a tree are you will get the same value. The concept is to understand that what relative they are calculated to. Again, I am saying the level is calculated by keeping the root as the relative, but height is calculated by keeping the deepest node as the relative. Okay, that is the thing. Another thing which I have not discussed with you guys is suppose this is a tree. Okay, this portion for a tree, respect if this is a root, respective to this root, this is called as left subtree. Respective to root, this is called as right subtree. So this is what it is called. So it always comes to the root. What happens is 95% of the problems in tree are solved using the recursion. When we have discussed the recursion, we have seen that recursion is applied to the applying the same logic to the different values. So suppose if you try to solve certain problem for this tree, let's say problem P, you will be solving the same problem for every node. Okay. So when we try to do that, this becomes the root, and this becomes the root, then this becomes the left subtree for this, and this becomes the right subtree for this. Okay, this is how the perception changes within a tree. Am I clear so far? Drupad, Gopal, Jayant, Raju, Sajan. Any doubts? Ashwini, Smita, Asta.
No doubts, Nishant.
Cool. So this is all. Now there are certain type of binary trees there. There are difference between types and variants. Variants is something rules you follow. Types are something different. So type is complete binary tree. Second, full binary tree, and then strict binary tree. Today's class assignment is to find out what they are. Okay. You have to tell me what, if I ask you what is a complete binary tree, you have to tell me what is a complete binary tree, what is a full binary tree, and what is a strict binary tree. Cool. Class assignment is clear.
Yes.
Asta, Drupad, Gopal, Jayant, Raju, Sajan. Good. Guys, give me a minute. Yeah. So next thing we will be talking about traversing. So traversing is an operation to go through all the elements which we are having in the tree. There are two type of there are four type of the traversals which we follow. Three are of the same type, one is of the different type. So I will say there are two type. One is recursive, second one is iterative. When we talk about the recursive, okay, so forget about the iterative for now. We will going to talk about the recursive only. When we talk about the recursive, okay, before that, suppose we have a tree like this. With every node, you have choices to make. With this as a current node, this is the left side, this is the right side. With every node, you have certain choices what to process first. Okay, so it's all about the processing. So there are three types. One is in order, second is pre-order, Third is post order. Okay. When we talk about in order traversal, it means that first we solve the left side, then the current node, and then the right side. Okay, that we do. Pre-order means first we solve the current node, then we solve the left side, and then we solve the right side. Post order means first we solve the left side, then the right side, and then the current node. Okay. Solving means we try to process this as a complete tree. Within this complete tree, we have the left side also, we have the right side also. So what happens is we can have three choices. Either we can process our current node, we can process the whole left side, we can process the whole right side. So based on that choices, we have three traversals. One is in order, pre-order, and post-order. So let me write values A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay. Now, based on the traversals, the information flows. I am going to discuss it later. Okay, that how the information flows and everything. But I want to write a simple code for in-order traversal, how the in-order traversal works. Okay, then you guys can have the stack trace visualization for that code. So just a minute. Okay, so this is a simple code for in-order. I have written a recursive code here. So you can see that this is my base condition. Okay, this is my call, this is my call, this is my processing. Okay, and I am having a return. And guys, one more thing. The leaf node, the left side and the right side are null because they are not storing any addresses. Okay, so this is a so what you are doing, you are trying to solve for the left side first, you are then current node, and then you are going for the right side. What I want from you guys is, can you do a stack trace visualization for this recursive code and see what are the sequence it print for this tree? Okay. Even if you are good in recursion, then also I will strongly recommend to do this stack trace visualization, because in the problems, while solving the problems for the trees, it always good. The stack trace visualization is help you to debug the mistakes or debug the tree. Okay, so that's why. So guys, can you try the stack trace visualization for this in order traversal? Shwini, Asta, Jayant, Gopal, Drupad, can you guys do that? Cool. So please try to do a stack trace visualization of this for this tree. Actually, take this tree as an example, this as a code, and yeah. So is it done? What about you, Sajjan? Is it done? Raju, Drupad, are you guys done? Guys, I hope everybody knows how to do the structure visualization. In the last class, we discussed the same. Guys, can anyone reply? Are we good or not? Okay. Guys, so looking at this code of in order, can you try to write a code for pre-order and post-order? Okay, let's start with pre-order. So can you try, guys, try to write a code for pre-order by looking at the code of in order? Cool. So the task is, right now what you have to do, you have to write a code for pre-order. You have to do the strictest visualization and tell me what will be the sequence you are getting. Then you have to write the code for post order, and then you have to do the strictest visualization for post order and tell me what is the sequence you are getting in it. Okay. Drupad, Ashwini, Asta, Asmita, Rajan, Jayant. Are you clear what you have to do here?
Yes, yes, Nishan. Got it.
Okay, I want to do the stack visualization for pre-order. Okay, so the people who are quite new, they can have the same. They can go. They can understand the same. So let's suppose my function is named as pre-order. Load is equals to null. So for pre-order, what we need to do, we need to solve for the current node, and then we need to go for the left side and the right side. Okay. So this is and this. Okay. Now, how to do the stack trace visualization for pre-order? Let's do it one time. So it will be clear to all. Okay, and parallelly, if you want to do by yourself, you can do. So suppose this is my stack. This is my stack. So I started with root. Root is A. So P of A we called for. What happens? System.out.println value. So I will print A first. Then I have call for A dot left, which is B. Then I have a call for A dot right, which is C. So I'm calling the B first. Okay. When I call the B first, again I have system.out.println B. So I will be printing the value of B. Then I will be calling the left side first. So the left side you have D. Okay. And the right side you have E. So I will be calling P of D, pre-order of D. Then I will be printing D. Okay. So that will be it. Then we have the left side that is null, right side that is null. So when I call null, my base condition will hit. The root is equals to null, so it will return. So this is done. Similarly, if I call for the null, so root is null. If a root is null is equals to null, so this is also hit. This is done. So it means that P of D is done. Means P of D is done. Now P of E. P of E will be called. So when P of E will be called, you will be calling the E dot left, which is null. You calling E dot right, which is null. So it will be the base condition. You print, I forget to print the E first. So you have printed the E. Okay. P of E is done. P of E is done means P of B is done. P of B is done. So you will be calling P of C. P of C, when you call, you will print the C. Then you will have uh, the left side, which is F. Then you have the right side, which is G. Here we will be calling P of F. Then it will be like P of N. P of N means null because F dot left is null, F dot right is null. So this is the base condition. So you have printed the F. This is done. F is done. You will be calling P of G. When you call PFG, again the same thing. Here G dot left is null, G dot right is null. So before that you should have printed the G. G is done. So G is done here, C is done here, C is done here, and A is done. So the sequence which I got for the pre-order is A, B, D, E, C, F, N, G. Okay. So this is a strictest visualization for pre-order traversal. Is it clear? Raju, Is it clear? Anyone having doubt in this part? Similarly, if you want to put the post order, you will have a function called post order, and we will be calling the post order first for left and right. Post order right, and you have the value printed. Okay. So you guys can now do the post order sequence. This is pretty important. Can you guys do the status visualization for post order? I will be deleting this. I will just leave it. Guys, are we done with the post order? Everyone? Raju, Jayant, Gopal, Drupad, Astha. Cool. So, this is about the recursive traversal. Let's talk about the another traversal which is iterative in nature. So, the iterative one uses queue. Okay, iterative that we call as level order traversal. That we called as a level order traversal. Why we called it as a level order traversal? Because it traverses the tree level by level. Okay, what does that mean is, suppose you have a tree like this. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is level as 0. This is level as 1. This is level as. So what happens here is we use as a queue. Queue is a concept in a data structure which follows first in, first out. So whatever the first element you have put it in is the first one to get processed. What I do is I use as a queue. I initialize the queue with the root element. Then I start processing the queue till the queue is not empty. I process the queue till the queue is not empty. Right now queue is not empty. I will take the element out. So queue generally have two operations. One is in queue. Just a minute. Yeah. So generally have two operations. One is in queue and dequeue. Okay. So what I do till the queue is not empty, I take the element out. I will check whether the left is present. So one left is 2, one right is 3. If they are present, I will put it them back into the queue. Again, my queue is not empty. So I will take the next element out. What is the next element? I will take the 2 out. What is the left for 2 and right for 2? 4 and 5. So I will put 4 and 5. Then I will take the 3 out. Okay. Then 3 left and right are 6 and 7. So that I will put it back into the queue. Then I will take 4 out. It doesn't have any children. 5, 6, and 7. Now the queue is empty. You can see that we have printed the sequence in the same manner how it is by level by level. So this is the level 0. These are the level 1 and these are the level 2. Okay. These are the level. Cool. So this is what we call as a level order traversal. Are we clear so far? Are we clear so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now the thing is, Can you try to write a code for this? Okay. Don't worry about the syntax of the queue. Can you try to write a code? I will be back in a minute. This code is written based on Java. Okay, so Java itself is having a queue into queue collection. So it uses add function to add a item into the queue. It uses poll function to remove a item from the queue. Okay, like that. Just if you follow this, it is quite simple to understand how the level order traversal works. By the way, guys, can you tell me what is the complexity of traversing the element in the recursive approach in order, pre-order, and post-order?
So time complexity will be O of n, right? Because we are like visiting each and every node in our tree.
Yes, that's correct. The time complexity here is order of n only. And everybody listen to me carefully. The time complexity is order of n here in all the three cases because we are traversing and printing all the elements, all the nodes in the tree. But the space complexity here is bit controversial. Some people don't consider the internal stack space because you are using a recursion. Your stack space is getting consumed within the stack space of the main memory. Some people don't consider that is an external space, so they say that the space complexity is one. But if you are considering the internal stack space into consideration, then the complexity space complexity is log n. Why log n? Log n is the height of the tree. Okay, this is the second class assignment for the day. Why the height of the tree is log n? This is the second class assignment for you guys. And guys, whatever the class assignment I am giving to you are quite important and asked in the interviews. Okay, so you have to complete them. This is the class assignment. Okay, that what is the height of the tree is log n. Okay, so if you are considering the internal stack space, then the log n will be the extra space you will be consuming. Because what happens if you look at the stack trace, few of the nodes are getting deleted and few of the stack frames are getting deleted and few of them are getting created again and again. Okay, like that. Similarly, in the level order traversal also, the time complexity is order of n, but the space complexity here is again equals to the width of the tree. So that we will be solving what is the width of tree as a problem. So I'm not telling you right now. So the space complexity is equals to the width of the tree. Okay. So guys, can you take 5 minutes of your time and go through the code of level order traversal? Will that be fine? Ashwini, Astha,
Yeah.
Gopal, Jayant, Raju, Sajan, Drupad. Is it good? Astha, Ashwini, Jayant, Raju, Sajan. Is it clear? Gopal. Cool. So, yeah. So in trees, guys, try to do one thing is before coming to the next class, please go through the previous class video because every time we are going to do something new. So today I'm stopping up here. Tomorrow we'll be doing, we'll be continuing with the trees only. And in the tree, we will be following like uh, what or some problems and try to understand where which of the traversals we have to use, whether it's a pre-order, post-order, or in order. Okay. And please complete the class assignment which I have given today. It will not take more than half an hour. Are we good? Asta, Raju, Sajan, Gopal.
Yeah.
Cool. So please go through the today's class recording, complete the class assignments, and that's it. Cool. Thank you guys.